The spiritual journey of Kundalini is probably the most expansive experience for the self in physical and non-physical, spiritually, mentally and physically. The biology of the body, that's why this body is moving with so much energy, because it's been personal resistance of not following the soul or the intuition to allow it to flow. So there's two tips I'd like to present first and foremost before we get really deep into any other work. That is, firstly, the identity, your identity. It's not of the body, that's just the vehicle you're running around at the moment, like the car you're jumping in for this short life, as I'm sure there have been many others. The true identity is the eternal awareness, singular awareness. That's why Jesus said in a lot of the masters, I am that I am. Meaning that the awareness is what brings it to life. Everything exists because it's in a state of awareness. You. So don't get trapped by any other identifications of structures or body sensations. It's temporary. You are awareness. And unconditional love is freedom. And awareness as your true identity can shift anything. That's how matter's created. So it's vital to remember, as I mentioned, that you are awareness. Don't get stuck down any other rabbit hole of anybody telling you anything else. You are okay because you're simply awareness, which is eternal because it's energy-based, and you cannot destroy or change energy. Sorry, energy can be changed, but you can't destroy the format of it, which is awareness. So it's non-local. It's not in the body's receiving it as a field, the quantum field. Getting to that later, but two things. You are awareness, so you're okay. Eternal awareness, that's what continues. Prior to this experience in this realm and after, there is no death. You are eternal awareness. Secondly, if you do happen to go deeply into the dark night of the soul and experience dark entities or attachments or what I would call warfare, which is what I've personally experienced, just to share from that all is still okay. It's past lives coming to the surface, it's chaos coming to the surface, it's past trauma being cleared out, it's a purging, just like a computer has to purge a bad program for it to function correctly. Your system to hold more energy and light needs to purge the darkness. So it's risen to the surface for you to experience and work through. And it's done in other realms in the subconscious state, more than likely in lucid dreams, when you go to bed at night. If there is warfare or dark attacks, I've been shot with a World War I submachine gun, with a large that the European countries had. I've been stabbed, held down with black sheets with 20 guys on top of me. All sorts of multi-dimensional warfare, hundreds of them. This is me working through shadow. Ultimately, it's still the self, the moi. So take that to heart. You're purging the self to hold more light. There's no one doing it to you. It's ultimately yourself. As Milarepa said, he went teaching, came back to his own little cabin, faced a cabin full of darkness, and the last dragon was standing there. He said, come closer. And this fire-breathing, demonic entity or figuration in his own home came closer. And he said, open your mouth. The dragon opened its mouth. And Milarepa placed his head into the mouth of the dragon, the worst possible demonic entity you could possibly encounter. Not full of fear, standing in light, knowing it was ultimately serving him to hold more light, to be a great light leader or worker. That this had to purge, just like an old program out of a computer. You're okay, no matter what happens in darkness. I'd like to give you a little tool if you're in that situation. So firstly, your awareness. It's okay. that ultimately cannot die or be injured or upset in any way. Hold firm in the fact of your true identity. Number 2, work with darkness like this if it gets heavy. I, divine, am divine living light. I, divine, am divine living life. I, divine, am divine living truth. I, divine, am divine living brilliant white light. So it's all frequential. Everything that you may experience with Kundalini has a frequency. From the bottom frequencies to the highest frequencies. From black and white to yin and yang colours to sepia to our realm colours to angelic colours to astral. Brilliant psychedelic colours. The whole gamut of range of frequencies is possible in Kundalini. And you may or may not experience it. We're all on a different journey. I'm just sharing a little sample of mine. 2 things that really helped. I pulled myself out of all condemning structure, all the people that did not know how to handle Kundalini, and I went straight to the boss. So I was presented with lucid dreams and much guidance. You're not alone, you have guides and loved ones, and source for that which we call divine living light or God with you to go through this process. So, you're okay, because what you truly are, your true identity is awareness. You're okay if you go through warfare or the darkness of Kundalini, because you're living divine bright light. I, divine, am divine living brilliant white light. That holds you in a very high frequency range. Stay there, repeat it again and again and again, and you'll find the warfare will diminish. If it doesn't, repeat it again and know that you are brilliant, living divine light. Allow the systems to work through the body and to purge by surrendering. You being brilliant, living white light. Allow this system, your body, the biology, the cells, to work with this more energy which is being presented through the rising of Kundalini by surrendering. So, your identity is awareness. It's all okay. I am okay, regardless of what happens. I'm ready for warfare. I'm ready for any darkness that may come, any attacks, any dark night of the soul, because I know I'm living brilliant white light. Stay in that high frequency and surrender. It'll take as much time as is necessary. The more you work with those 3, the quicker it'll follow, the quicker it'll release, the quicker you'll be enlightened to the point whereby you'll be so connected to the divine, to the love, which is you. That's the glory of the finishing stages of Kundalini. In raptures of bliss, connection, all meant for service. The gifts that may come or may not come, ultimately all for service. This pendulum of this head of mine never lies. It's the ultimate channel for living bright light to work through. So it's giving me a yes as a confirmation. We can all get all sorts of confirmations. Energy runs, tinglings, all sorts of things. So, my blessings to you, and I honour your journey in going through any Kundalini work. Remember the 3. You're okay because you're awareness. That is who you are. You can work with any dark night because you're living brilliant white light. And surrender. Allow this higher mind, this intelligence that's keeping you alive right now, to take over. The only way it can work efficiently, optimally, is if you surrender. Lie and let the body work through it. Totally surrender. Can be in a fetal position in the bed, can go through all sorts of emotions, from bliss to crying to joy, and up and down 100 times. Just allow it to be. It's working through and clearing all that has to be cleared till you come to a point of finally integrating and transcending lower frequencies to a point of service. You're needed at this time. It's vital that you allow it to occur with the knowledge of who you are and transcend what's occurring for service to yourself firstly and then to others. Love thyself and love others. I love you. You're okay. My love travels with you.